Welcome, Ms. Regis. Please have a seat.
Please, Caroline is fine, thank you.
Okay, Caroline, you already know David, so let me introduce myself. My name is Paul, and I was hired by the board to be the integrational manager doing this merge. I'm not sure if I already worked in a company that went through a merger before, but you have probably already noticed that it involves many changes. My purpose here today is to assist the HR department on all integration issues regarding key employees. You were the first person I wanted to see because your department is going through bigger changes than most. How do you feel about the outsourcing of manufacturing?
Paul, I'll be honest with you. I've been waiting for someone to ask me this question. When Excel acquired Gemini, I was sure we would be manufacturing the new products. And if there were other options on the table, I would at least be included from beginning on the discussion. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but this has been stuck on my throat for weeks now.
Please don't apologize. We want you to be completely frank with us, and I can assure you that all we discuss here will be treated with complete discretion and confidentiality.
Caroline, we welcome all input, and I assure you I face all integration issues with complete impartiality. As I told you, I answer straight to the board. However, reading the dossier on the subject, it mentions a couple of meetings dedicated to address the outsourcing option. And here, in the minutes of the 6th of June meeting, it said that you made a presentation on the subject.
Well, the first meeting didn't really address my department. I had prepared the material and was ready to present it to Drennan, but he didn't give me a chance. He just turned to Ogilvy and said that they were working on outsourcing strategies, as if I had nothing to deal with it. And on the other meeting, I barely had time to prepare myself, and wasn't given any information on the outsourcing costs beforehand. And Ogilvy had obviously been granted access to all our numbers and therefore was better prepared.
Did you talk to someone about it?
I talked to Joel about it. He was as surprised as I was after the first mention of outsourcing. I felt they had an unfair advantage on us, to be honest. It seems to me that Drennan and Ogilvy have been working on this since he became CEO, and we only heard about it months later.
I understand what you're saying and actually agree with you. On mergers, lack of communication is a common thing, and it leads to confusion and high levels of uncertainty as employees learn how to work within the new organization. Assuming Drennan actually did plan to outsource manufacturing all along, and I'm not saying he did, but let's try to understand why he would do that. Right now, Drennan is not that different than you and all the other employees. The organization is also new to him, and all experiences in the world wouldn't prevent him to rely on his connections before feeling comfortable and safe within the new organization. What I'm saying is that you and him may have more in common than you think. After all, you also stuck with your informal network instead of trying to adapt to the new organizational chart. You keep referring to them and you as if they were two organizations and not even partners but competitors. Did you at any point try the interactional transparent approach? Being completely open and honest with Drennan and showing him he could count on you?
No, I haven't felt comfortable approaching Drennan, but I do see your point. We have different visions for the company, and I'm not sure how my vision can align with Drennan's. In the beginning, when I was working under Whitney, I felt like we were on the same page, but now with all of this change, I don't know what my job entails. If manufacturing is outsourced, will my position even exist?
I see you are feeling like a bit of an outcast in this situation, but I'm sure this is not the company's intention. Allowing yourself to be pushed out can create more problems in the future. You have shown good conflict management and communication ability in the past within this company. Perhaps your strengths can be applied to this issue.
Caroline, many employees feel that management cares more about financials than people. But you should know that the greatest assets of this company or any company are the people, and we have no intention of losing you. As I said, you are a key employee here, and we can recommend you with some alternatives to cope with the changes. I have 3 main recommendations for you. The first is to understand Ogilvy and Drennan's perspective. You can do this by slowing down the decision-making process, addressing their concerns, and sharing responsibility with them. Once you have done that, you might feel more comfortable communicating to Drennan about your current position in your role and value of having a more holistic approach for controlling hardware and software, and your hope to be involved in the decision-making process. Finally, you have to play some politics. I know it's a difficult concept to grasp because it sounds dirty, but it is essential in any business. It requires close observation and a good strategy. In your case, Ogive is an important stakeholder to be aligned with. She can come in handy with convincing Drennan of new ideas. But keep in mind that for her to compromise, you should be willing also to compromise on her ideas.
Okay, you've given me a lot to think about. I'll try to approach these points in a different way than I have been so far. I appreciate your concern of my well-being in the workplace. Thanks for your time. I do feel a little more clearer on the situation from your perspective.
Thank you, Carolyn. Please keep us up to date on how you're going, and we are looking forward to hearing about your progress.
Thank you.
Thank you.